How long do I give a dog to figure out how to tree game is a question I see all over the internet with about a million different answers. There's nothing more frustrating than spending your limited time and your hard-earned money on gas to hunt a dog that just doesn't seem to be figuring things out. This process and decision can be made further complicated by inconsistencies in performance from your dog. Doing great one day and doing terrible the next could cause you to hold on to a dog longer than you need to for fear of missing out on what that dog could be in the future. Train enough dogs and you're going to run into this situation. So, how long do I give a dog to figure things out before I give up on it and move on? Let's talk about it. All right, y'all, so this is the situation I am in right now. 11 months ago, I picked up a cur that I wanted to take a chance on. I spent the better part of those 11 months fixing obedience issues and gun shy issues. Got that resolved. The dog had lots of potential, so I wanted to hit the woods with him. And that's what I've done for the last 2 months. I've had him in the woods at least 3 days a week for 2 straight months on squirrels. I've shot squirrels out to him. He's had dozens of sight chases to the trees. He's hunted with other dogs in which he's had multiple squirrels on those hunts shot out to him. All of that. And he seems to be developing a cycle, which is he'll do really good one day and then he'll backslide for 4 or 5 days. And he might run trash. He does a lot of sight chasing to the tree, barks once, runs off to find other game. And because of those little flashes of good, those days that he'll lock down on the tree and he'll tree 3 or 4 and he'll stay there, I've held on to that dog, hoping that it all comes together and I get something great in the future. At the same time, I have another dog that is the exact same age that I've been hunting with him who has figured it out. The same amount of hunting, the same amount of time, it has clicked with this dog, and I can take this dog out solo right now and I can shoot a lot of squirrels with him. The other night, I went to run dogs. I didn't have a lot of time. And I looked at my 2 started dogs and I said, this cur is the one that's least far along. He needs the work the most. So I took him. I got to the woods and it was another bad day. He sight chased a squirrel to a tree, didn't stick to the tree, ran off to tree other game. I tried leashing him and walking till we saw a squirrel, letting him go. He would chase the squirrel and then it was off to do other things. Eventually, he just took off and he didn't check back in. And I could hear him down the hill, occasionally letting out one solo bark and hear him running through the leaves whenever he would get close. And it hit me. I sacrificed a dog that's showing me it has the goods to try to work with the dog and deal with these headaches that it might hopefully turn into a good dog. And it was clear to me I'd gone against my advice that I gave in my picking the right breed to hunt squirrels with, where I talk about getting multiple dogs from good genetics and sticking with your winners. Because I've reached a point where I have to ask myself a question. Do I want to train dogs or do I want my time in the woods to be pleasurable hunting with dogs that get it? And when you look at it that way, it's an easy decision. I don't have a lot of time. I'm a single father of 2 boys. I work a lot of overtime. I work night shift, blah, 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 all the other excuses that don't matter. At the end of the day, I love this, so I find time to run my dogs. But I believe I've been foolish working with this dog, giving this dog all this time at the expense of my other dog. When I had multiple dogs to choose from, when I had a winner, I could have just gone with that winner. I feel I've given that dog a fair chance to make it. A dog that has a lot of potential, that's mature, that when I got has been treeing in the past with the prior owner. 2 straight months of hunting is enough time. That dog should be showing me something. After all, it was enough time for my other dog to be showing me something. He figured it out. I don't have the time to waste coaching that dog along in hopes of what he could turn into when I got a dog that's showing me something right away. So I think a month is enough time when a dog starts hunting and you do it right. You give that dog all the chances in the world. You put it on game. You don't just turn it loose in the woods and hope for the best, but you start out with a cage. If you can't cage it, you leash it. You walk it around and you make sure when you cut it loose, he is actively chasing squirrels. You keep that dog on game. You give him plenty of chances. You shoot him out for him. You give him plenty of chances to figure out this ends at the tree. And, after a month or more of this and that dog's still not figuring it out, I don't want to deal with mediocrity, guys. I like running good dogs in the woods. To me, at that point in time, it's time to send that dog off to some pet people that would give that dog a good home and love it. So it just makes its living just being a pet, and get a hold of a dog that's going to hunt, that figures things out. And that's the key. That's why getting multiple dogs is a good thing, because right now I've got a winner and I've got a loser. I've got people right now that have a farm and they just want a dog to run off squirrels and deer off of their fruit trees, and this dog's going to have a great life whenever I give it away to these people. I've wasted entirely too much time hoping to get something out of this dog when I had a dog all along that had it figured out that should have been getting my limited time. Hope this helps.